What small thing brightens your day? When you can tell someone is genuinely happy to see you. Or genuinely sad to see you go. I can't see my dad a lot anymore. But he makes sure to send me an updated picture of his garden almost every day. Glad you can still stay connected. I've got one of those little picnic table shaped squirrel feeders attached to the fence around our backyard. Every morning I put a fresh cob of squirrel corn on it and watch the little dudes and dudettes come feast on it. I do this but my area has got crows and crows don't care about manners at the table. I learned this from visiting a buddy. Learn the names of the people who you routinely visit. i.e. gas station employees or grocery store clerks. Whatever. Learn a little about them. Ask them about their day. Call them by name. It just feels good to make people feel appreciated, I guess. I should add, don't pry. I tried this but I could never get the real name from my drug dealer. My husband makes it a habit to send at least one cute animal picture to me a day. It's been years and I don't think he's ever doubled up. If I've seen it before from some other source I get another 2 or 3 to make up for seeing one already. It's often frog related. Today was 3 white tree frogs being cute in a frog bowl. Yesterday was a bearded dragon getting excited over blueberries. Edit. Today was cute pile of ratties in a hammock. One had a lovely ratty tail hat. Edit 2. Told him we hit 10k upvotes and got cute frog meme in response. Love this. That's dedication. Seeing 12:34 on the clock. My BF and I always try to remember to text each other at that time. Other significant number patterns too. When my cats sleep next to me, they always make sure that they touch me with their toe beans. If I slightly move, they readjust until they touch me again. Love it. My girl cat does this once it starts getting cold out. She uses me as her personal hot water bottle. And I love it. A joke I've never heard before. A creative compliment I've never heard before. Just something different. Makes the day more interesting. The tiniest difference makes a big difference. I have bright pink hair. And one day at work I was wearing it in a high curly ponytail. A man came up to me and said, "I love your hair. I hope this doesn't come off as weird. But you look like Pinkie Pie." And I love it. My daughter and I watch My Little Pony together and that's her favorite pony. She'd love your hair too. That compliment has stuck with me because that was the last kind of person I'd expect to get that compliment from. It was very sweet and I think about it pretty often. When I accidentally wake up too early and see the sun starting to come out. I go back to sleep after but I like to think I fall back asleep with a slight smile on my face. Or waking up. But staying in the edge of sleep. While it's raining outside. Then getting to lie in bed and doze off again while listening to the pitter patter of the rain. My kid experiencing her firsts and getting so overwhelmed by it. Yesterday she experienced a ladybug crawling on her hand for the first time and her genuine happiness was infectious. She kept going back to the same spot in the garden looking for it. Calling out, "Heyo, bug." Looking for it under every leaf. Heh. First ladybug. My grandpa suffered from severe Alzheimer's disease. He had many bad days but was generally a happy man. He was fortunate enough that he found so much wonder in the world for a second time around in his old age. He would be surprised and shocked with every sneeze and would laugh at how ridiculous it was afterwards. This comment just reminded me of how great it was to see him happy at all the little things while we were fussing over the big stuff. Thanks for making me smile today. I have a scar on my right arm. While I was in high school, I pushed myself too far physically and mentally. I studied day and night just so I can get a high rank in class, which was very important to me back then. Once didn't get enough sleep for a week and on my daily commute I was so tired I fell off the vehicle I was riding. Gave me only a scar on my right arm. Whatever results I get in my life. Since then, my days have been brighter than usual. Edit. Vehicle I'm talking about, Wikipedia.org. Strange how life has its ways of reminding us about what's important. Glad you're finding some happiness. His cuteness and popcorning will always make me happy. Is popcorning the sound guinea pigs make? If so, I had no idea there was a name for it. Friendly small talk with strangers. It gives me hope for humanity. Yes. I miss that. I haven't had any random conversations with strangers since the world changed. I talked about this fairly recently. But 5 years ago I lost my dog, Snoopy. He was my best friend for almost 17 years. So it was a very painful loss for me. One night shortly after he died I got drunk and decided I wanted a tattoo of a caricature of him to remember him by. I asked my room best human friend to draw it on my right forearm. Since I am right-handed and it was hard for me to do. Well, it was even harder to try and tattoo myself with my non-dominant hand, and the result was a very sloppy tattoo. Even though it looks bad, it's my most cherished tattoo because it's such a raw expression of emotion. Whenever I'm feeling shitty or just miss him, I look down at that little goofy face on my arm and remember all the happiness that he brought me and all the great memories we made together. It never fails to put a smile on my face. And the outdoor kitty I feed does the same. People who say cats are heartless have never tried being around a cat. I agree. My fiance has been converted after adopting our 2 babes from the shelter 2 years ago. We went in to look about a year after my soul kitty passed away. And I picked the first cat I saw. She grabbed my finger with her paw and mushed her face on it. How could I not? And we were about to leave when he asked if we could go back in. So he picked out his first cat and the rest is history. My kids, 3 and 1-year-old boys, getting me up every day. The 3-year-old pushes on me or just jumps on me and says, "Mom, wake up. Mommy, wake up, it's a beautiful sunshiny day." While he's doing that, my 1-year-old just says "Mom" over and over while usually hitting or bouncing on me. As soon as they know I'm up, it is hugs, kisses, and the 3-year-old saying "Good morning. Did you sleep good?" I frequently fake being asleep just for that. My cat. She's very small, very cute, and very angry and yelling when someone is not snuggling with her. When you go to open a jar and don't need help. For me, there's nothing quite like helping get something open. I once walked into a class in high school and everyone had gathered around the center of the room. So I investigated and this girl's water bottle had somehow gotten cinched up crazy tight. And all the guys were taking turns trying to open it. My plan was to pop it open and make it look easy. Which admittedly I didn't. But I did get that thing open. And the fact that I was the only one in the room who could make me feel like King Arthur with Excalibur. Smiles. When people smile at me. There's this dude who's been walking laps at night in the parking lot next to me for a couple of months. It's just cool to see someone doing something. Anything. Small right now. Whatever has you walking, keep rocking. Black shirt, black pants dude. Have a chat with him next time. Back when I used to go out for late night walks, I wasn't in the best environment and had depressive episodes. Would go even when I felt better. It was cathartic. Think he would appreciate the gesture even if he's alright. My fish. And my stuffed elephant. Bear. He's an elephant. His name is Bear. Sleep with him every night and will for rest of my life. Seeing people be kind to each other always makes me smile. Any of my cats or my dog. I've been in real dark places before. And pets have seriously saved me. I had a blind cat. Blinkin. And I knew he needed me to stick around. Seeing butterflies in my garden. They are beautiful, disgusting creatures, but I love them. Emma. Been finally getting a girlfriend, an Ida, and getting at least some affection and friendship. Hummingbirds peeking through my window after they use my feeder. Feels like they are saying top of the morning to Yap. My daughter every day asking me to read Isabel's announcements out. She is going into 1st grade, so I know it will end soon. So I love every minute of it. My son just turned 17 and when it became clear COVID wasn't going anywhere, he started making us coffee in the coffee press every morning. His dad doesn't drink it and is usually out for his run, so it's just the two of us. It's turned into a ritual accompanied by something I've baked. If things were normal, he'd be at school, outW his friends, or just somewhere else not spending an hour with me just chatting and drinking coffee. I'm cherishing this time. I teach pottery to adult students at a community studio. I always love when they ask me if I'm teaching again next month, or try to figure out which classes I teach so they can take my class again. Blasting music in my car on the way to work and then again on the drive back. A hard AM fart that is both loud and stinks, especially when they are kinda hot and burn your turd cutter a little. That my bank account still has enough money on a Thursday for me to buy myself breakfast on my shitty job. But hey, let's be honest, RN many Americans wish they had a job. RN with this itis economy and cheaty politicians. Wish the best luck to those who are still looking for a job. God help us all. Remembering how brightly a homeless man smiled at me, and hearing him say "God bless you miss" after I gave him 4 tacos on my birthday. My bowl of cereal in the morning. It's more delicious than all the meals thereafter. On par with holiday food. The deeper down the bowl I go, the tastier it gets. And I'm left refreshed and energized. It's my cup of coffee. Also, the sound of birds. My dog tiptoeing after me. I'm from Germany and we used to take pride in putting a lot of time, care and effort into overdubbing foreign movies and series. Most actors had their own professional German voice artist for as long as I can think, and that was just how it was done. Period. Some even outdid the original, and instantly Bruce Willis comes to mind. I swear, his German voice is so much more badass than the original. Unfortunately, things have changed in recent years and even the most well-known actors might be dubbed by a different voice artist in every other film they appear in. It's like nobody gives a shit anymore about something that was so sacred once. The X-Files of late became unwatchable because of Duchovny's new voice. Imagine the shit show when first Marge Simpson's German voice died and then Homer's not too long after, and they were perfect. To make a long story short, my day is saved whenever I watch an episode of Modern Family and Ed O'Neill comes on. Because in times when nobody cares anymore, someone actually went through the trouble to track down the very particular sounding voice actor of good ol' Al Bundy after decades and asked him if he wanted the job, and thank heavens he said yes. I cannot put my finger on why that is such a deep satisfying feeling every time I hear his long lost familiar voice, but it works like a charm for me every single time. Scrolling Reddit aimlessly for an hour whilst watching TV and then coming across snippets of useless information like this are what brightens my day. That's really interesting, and as an English speaker something I'd not considered. Whenever I see a little kid who's super excited about something like a stick or a paper airplane and just go with it for hours, not only do they occupy themselves, but they're fetching adorable while doing it. When someone says happy cake day, happy cake day. When my unborn baby kicks. Also when I notice that it's 12:34. Every day there's this neighborhood kid that bikes around with his what I assume to be his older friend or brother, and they throw homemade newspapers. They write little noted and cards and updates how they like life. He does it just for this block I'm on with my friend. Apparently he's been doing it for about 6 months. The lemon scent on my room. Coming home to a clean house. When someone gives me an unexpected compliment, like when a friend says, "Oh, you look glowing today," or "Oh, you smell really nice today." I didn't do anything special to look or smell good that day, so it's a pleasant surprise. My dogs. I hate to say it, but I do have a favorite. His name is Shredder. He's a good boy and just looking at him brightens me up. Being told I'm appreciated. People just don't seem to tell the people in their lives that they are appreciated. It's sad. Being able to talk to my lovely girlfriend. She lives in Brazil and it's kinda heartbreaking that we can't touch each other. Especially since physical touch is my love language. But seeing her messages, seeing pictures she sends me, video chatting her. It makes me feel so warm and bubbly inside. When my mom calls me handsome. Looking over and seeing my girlfriend has already been looking at me with a soft little smile on her face. Any and all cute dogs walking and looking happy. Heading people laugh. Getting even a tiny task done. Even just doing a to-do list. Good music on the radio. Stepping on a crisp leaf. Having someone say hello. Seeing my dog's happy face on my lock screen. He passed away back in May and I miss him very much. But seeing his smile makes me warm and happy still. I giggle like a school kid when I pee after eating asparagus. It's so silly. My almost husband lets me bring one of my 6 chickens in at a time for a cuddle on the couch and TV time every day. I love getting notifications from Reddit on my phone. They're like little jingles of validation.